listening to Wildilla, the show where we talk about what's going on in game and some of the news, and you might even hear what me and Brandon are doing in game. Hello, welcome back to Wildilla. This is Chris.
And this is Brandon.
And we're going part 4 of 5 of Blackrock Depths. Yay! We're just gonna try to hurry up and get it done because we're got tired of talking about Blackrock Depths, but we're here to do a show, so here we go. So alright, so let's talk about what we've been doing in game. Of course, you know that Shrody's in the guild called Twisted Egos. So if you're ever on the Misrael server, look for me there. And I'm pretty sure that Twisted Egos is also on my Horde's side on Bloodcell Buccaneers. But right now I'm not ever on that one. But I got Shrody up to level 50. He's been recruiting. He's got a couple people in there. They're helping recruiting. It's getting pretty awesome. It's not like getting up there, but we got about, I think, 15 guild members as of last night when I signed on. And then Tazram is a level 29. So I'm getting him up there and trying to anyways. And so as of right now, there are 22 members in the guild. So I just signed on. There's 22 members in the guild, so we're getting up there. I'm kind of loving it. So Brandon, you're gonna have to place Val some to get him kind of leveled and kind of get to play with the guild a little bit.
Oh no, you're good. I just didn't know if I had the actual character in the guild or not. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, Valtino's in the guild.
Okay. Well, I will start playing him as soon as Savage is done, which I'm getting really close. Yeah. I hit, 51? Yeah, 51 with Savage, and I'm in an Ungrow Crater. I've got, I don't know, let me look here. I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars.
Woohoo!
Until I hit 52. And so I'm loving it. Been having a lot of fun. Really got busy this weekend and did some leveling. So Val will be in the making pretty soon. As soon as I get, like I said, Savage leveled up and hit 60. I'll start playing Val and start leveling him up. It's not hard for me to level a mage. So
yeah, you kind of know how to level a mage, so
yeah, I'll go back to the AOE spec and I'll just start AOE. I'll just AOE everything down and just AOE grind, I guess.
Yeah,
make it pretty easy, and then he'll be my. I mean, I can use him as a booster character or whatever he is needed for at that point for the guild.
That would be cool.
But yeah, he's I've been having a lot of fun. It's been pretty good. I've got some leads on. I'm in one guild right now with Savage, but no, I've been Ungrow Crater's almost done. And then after Ungrow Crater, I don't know where I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Like Tazram, he's in a guild. He's in a separate guild than Savage is, but we're mainly kind of doing that because we just kind of want to get our tunes out there just a little bit and kind of, get kind of known. That way, whenever we start running as a guild, then we can say, hey, we need a healer, blah, blah, blah. And I'm pretty sure some of those guilds will be like, oh, all right.
I'll definitely want Val up there because it's fun to raid with a mage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll work him up as well. Because I would like to do it as a guild.
Now, Taz will probably be the main tank in all the dungeons that we're going to be running together. And then I'll probably be doing Shrody, just leveling him up through quests. That way I'll be doing it 2 different ways. I'll be questing and I'll be running nothing but dungeons. And how close are you getting that thing done?
The leveling guide?
Yeah, the leveling guide.
I could have it done by I'm gonna have it done by give me a week, probably a week and a half.
Okay.
I have it finished.
Okay. Yeah, it's not like you have to have it done now, anyways. But I kind of really want to look at it. That way, I know kind of what I'm doing when it comes out. Cause
yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's just going to be pretty much a PDF file. It's just going to be typed out. I don't feel I haven't messed with enough stuff to actually make a podcast for it. Yeah. I can talk about it on here.
Well, we won't be doing that till after we get done with all the dungeons and everything, anyways.
Yeah, but it's just going to be a PDF file. But yeah, I can give it all. I'll get it done so you can have it as well.
Now, in other news, in Classic Progress, the Guild Progress sets the #1 world record speedrun time in Naxxramas in Classic World of Warcraft, 45 minutes and 18 seconds.
That's pretty damn quick.
But they did a strategy where, they did the polarity shift thing, and they got that debuff to kill Sapphiron. When they said kill times in the other top speedruns next Naxxramas range from 1 minute to 50 seconds to 2 minutes. So they used polarity shift, and they killed him in like 20 seconds or something like that.
Jesus Christ. That's dumb.
24 seconds.
That's dumb.
Sapphiron has over 3 million health. Polarity Shift provides players with a damage boost of up to 190%, intended to take down the very high HP boss Thaddeus. It was not meant for absolutely crushing Sapphiron.
Yeah, exactly.
Progress initially waited to kill Thaddeus until right after a fresh cast of Polarity Shift, so they had as much time on the 1 minute debuff as possible. So they killed him right after they got a fresh cast, killed him, took off to Sapphiron, killed him in 24 seconds, done, moved on, and yeah.
Yeah, that's not very fair.
Yeah.
Quit cheating!
But I guess it's not cheating if you can do it, I guess.
Yeah, true. Big brain, that's a big brain play.
Yep.
That dude had 400 IQ.
And then also Wowhead had top question rating for Burning Crusade Classic, like the drums, the arena, looking for group. It's still up in the air on all that, so we're not going to really talk about that, because even if it did give some clarification on some stuff, it still could change, because it's in beta.
That's true.
They could say, oh, well, looking for group is going to be a dungeon finder, and then they can say tomorrow, like, oh, you know what, we should not put dungeon finder out yet, and just totally remove it before, because they can do anything until before the game comes out.
I did watch the beta fastest kill, or not the beta fastest kill, the beta world first kill of Mag Therodon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they nerfed him not 30 minutes after they killed him. He had 8.3 million health, and they nerfed him to 4.3.
Yeah. Wow.
After they killed him.
And then also in Classic, data mining hints at achievements on Classic era public test realm. So look like they might have achievements, but it's not. It doesn't mean they're going to have achievements. They are talking about they might be just getting it ready, so when they do bring out achievements, it already knows what you did, when you did, and how you did, or whatever else is what they're saying. So there seems to be codes for statistic tracking of certain boss kills, such as Kel'Thuzad, Sethun, and Nefarian, and so on. So, yeah. But, like I said, that could just mean that it's just going to be ready for when it actually does come out. Or it might actually be coming out. I don't know.
Yeah, you'll never know.
Now, the achievement category file was updated with classic era categories such as mounts, dungeons and raids, and feats of strength. So, it's just a little hint that they are getting ready to... Because achievements came out in Wrath. So I think it's just, them saying, yeah, Wrath is going to be coming out in a couple of years. I don't think they'll bring it out for a couple of years. So.
Oh no, they're gonna give you probably the same amount of time that they gave for Classic, I'm sure, because people are going to go into Classic and there's more raiding, or people are going to go into beta. There's more raids in beta. So, or not beta. Shut up. Quit being stupid. There's more raids in the Burning Crusade than there was in Classic.
Yeah.
And they come out at different times. They're not going to put, and they're going to do it kind of like what they did here. You know, they didn't bring Nax out until just recently. It wasn't even out yet. So they'll bring them out and, you know, in strides like that as well. But there's more to it. And these raids are a little harder. And, you know, they're the heroic dungeons. They didn't have the heroics in Classic. So there's a lot more to do in BC. So I think they have that chance to stretch it out for a year or a year and a half before they thought about Wrath. Now this is just my perspective and my thinking.
Yeah.
I'm in no way influenced by Blizzard, or do I have any insight from Blizzard. This is just me.
If we did have insight on Blizzard, they could still change their mind, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I would like to see Wrath, and then I would like to see it stop right there. If it didn't stop right there, I'm stopping right there. I will not go forward.
Oh, I am too.
I will never.
Because Cataclysm kind of broke everything. I say that because, you know, the dragon actually came out and freaking broke everything. But it kind of took my playing down. And then after that, it totally went downhill for Pandaria, and then it just killed it for me then. I tried getting them back into it after that, but I really didn't.
What I didn't like is, after Wrath, everybody's spec became the same.
Yeah.
You know, per character, depending on what you were playing. Like right now, you can have a cookie cutter spec. And some of the like my Druid has one of the sickest tank heal specs that I've seen. And it's a hybrid spec. And it's for solo questing. And I can actually go into dungeons and keep myself alive for the most part because of the spec.
Yeah.
But once after Wrath, they changed that. Like everybody's spec, it was like they were wanting you to do like a streamlined spec, and that's it. This is what you have to do if you want to be the best, and that's dumb. You should be able to play the way you want and still be able to have the same amount of fun.
Yep.
And be just as useful as somebody who is just like everyone else, and they just have the same spec.
The one thing I miss in retail from Classic is the tree.
Yeah, exactly. That's and that's one of the main reasons that I don't like retail.
Yeah,
is because there's no tree anymore. You pick this box, and it doesn't feel like I'm learning these talents.
Yeah.
You know, like it did on here. Each talent point mattered in Classic and in BC, and each talent point mattered. Like it mattered where you put that.
And you went to a talent point calculator on the web and figured out what you're going to do. Now it's just like, okay, well, I just pick one.
I spent hours on that talent calculator.
Yep.
You know, like I did always. That was one of my things, like. Especially for Boomkin and Wrath. I spent hours on that thing to get my spec just right to where I wanted it for my playstyle. Now it doesn't matter what your playstyle is, you're going to have the same spec as everyone else.
Yep.
And to me that's not that doesn't let you be different. It's making everyone, it's like, okay, we got a bunch of robots in different clothing.
All right.
And it took the I don't know. To me, it just took something away from it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, the rant over. Let's move on. Dark Keeper of Ute. Or Off-Gut. Whatever you want to call him. Now, he's one of 6 possible keepers which spawn after a party member looks at the portal in the Black Vault anteroom. He drops the Dark Keeper key, which is needed to open a dark coffer in the Black Vault. Now he appears amidst a group of dwarves near General Angerforge. You'll need to be able to open the Shadow Forge lock to get to him. Now, his abilities are Arcane Bolt, which hurls a magical bolt at an enemy, inflicting 138 to 186 arcane damage. Anti-Magic Shield creates an anti-magic shield around the caster, giving it magic immunity for 10 seconds. So that sucks for ranged, or, mages and warlocks. But for 10 seconds, which is a while.
Yeah.
And he's got no loot, so... Yeah.
He's got no loot. Alright.
Well, he does drop the Dark Keeper key and a quest, a crumbled up note.
Oh, yeah, because you'll need the key.
I totally missed that, so there you
go. Yeah. Alright, General Angerforge is a level 55 Elite Dark Iron Dwarf mini-boss located in the West Garrison within the Blackrock Depths. Before going to the Gnomish Workshop or Golem Factory, take a left down the stairs. Angerforge holds Marshal Windsor's Lost Information, one of the 2 quest items needed for Marshal Windsor in the Alliance Onyxia chain quest. His forces are also wanted annihilated by the Horde's Warlord Goretooth for the mass murder of the 109th Division of Kargath Expeditionary Force. He is a venerable general of the Dark Iron armies, for anybody who didn't know. His abilities are Sunder Armor, hacks at enemies' armor, reducing it more per Sunder Armor, and it can be applied up to 5 times. Strategy, he starts surrounded by 4 weak militia-type dwarves that can be easily killed in a few swings, or more commonly AoE. Towards the end of the fight, he will summon in reinforcements that include 2 elite medics, making the fight somewhat difficult, especially for a low-level group. With the 2 medics, if you can CC them, CC them. If not, I think they're CCable. If not, kill those, and then just, unless he's really low, and if he's really low and you've got the DPS, just get him down. His loot includes Marshal Windsor's Lost Information, which is a quest item. It's got a Anger-Forged Battle Axe, which is a 2-handed axe, 27 strength, 11 stamina, level 51 to use. You've got a Royal Decorated Armor, which is a mail chest piece, 344 armor, 12 agility, 8 strength, and 26 stamina, level 53 to use. Warstrife Leggings, they are leather legs, 144 armor, 9 strength, 12 stamina, 24 agility, 53 to use. Lord General's Sword. It's a weird word to say, sorry.
Sword?
It's a sword, yeah. 36.92 damage per second. Chance on hit increases attack power by 50 for 30 seconds. And that's 51 to use. Force of Will is a trinket. When struck in combat, has a 1% chance of reducing all melee damage taken by 25% for 10 seconds. Increases defense rating by 10. Level 55 to use. I want that. Hand of Justice is another trinket. 53 to use it. Chance on melee hit to gain 1 extra attack. In equip also increases attack power by 20.
Yay!
He's got some good loot.
Yeah. Now, Golem Lord Argelbach. Now, he stands in a private room of the manufactory, guarded by 2 elite golems. If threatened, Argelbach will draw all living manufacturing technicians and golems to eliminate adventurers. Before taking him down, adventurers would probably find it advantageous to kill all mobs in the manufactory first to lessen the difficulty of the fight.
Yes, do that.
Now, he holds Marshal Windsor's Lost Information needed in Alliance Onyxia's chain quest. His head is also wanted by the Horde on behalf of Lotwil Veritas. Yeah, that was hard to say.
We're speaking Orcish, guys, don't worry.
Something. Now, although Golem Lord Argelbach in the game is both considered humanoid and flesh, the quest Rise of the Machines reveals that he is actually a machine. He is replacing the original Argelbach, which was killed by Lotwil Veritas. Now, he also makes a brief appearance in World of Warcraft the comic when King Berrywin and the company come in search of Marshal Windsor, and Varian kills the Golem Lord. So that's just a little backstory. I don't know if y'all care or not. But his spells and abilities, Chain Lightning. Oh, he must be a shaman. Strikes an enemy with a lightning bolt for 278 to 322 nature damage that arcs to another nearby enemy. The spell affects up to 5 targets, inflicting greater nature damage to each successful target. He also does Shock. Instantly throws a bolt of lightning at an enemy, inflicting 273 to 293 nature damage. And Lightning Shield. Surrounds the caster with 3 balls of lightning that have a 50% chance of striking melee or ranged attackers for 4 nature damage. Each time the lightning shield strikes, a ball of lightning dissipates. Thus, the shield expires after 10 minutes or after it is struck 3 times. There's some quests, but I'm not going to talk about those. Okay, it is loot. Looks like level 54 for all of these. It's not all mix and match like the last boss. He has a leather leg piece called Luminary Kilt. 147 armor with 8 spirit, 20 intellect, 8 stamina. If you equip it, increases spell power by 22. Finger. Nagelry is a 50 armor, 10 stamina. And if you equip it when struck in combat, it inflicts 3 arcane damage to an attacker. And also increases defense rating by 8. Ooh, that's a good tanking rating. Cadilla Cloth Feet. 58 armor with 9 intellect, 6 stamina. If you equip it, increases spell power by 22. And then a Trinket, Second Wind. If you equip it, increases spell power by up to 12. And if you can use it to restore 30 mana every 1 second for 10 seconds. Then there's 2 quest items, the Head of Argomach and Marshall Windsor's Lost Information.
Alright, and we're going to skip the Brewfest guy. I have an idea that I'm going to go over with Chris later about all these different, like the Brewfest and all the different mobs that we have there. So stay tuned for that. Next guy we're going to talk about is Dark Keeper Vorfalk. He can, let's see, he drops the Dark Keeper key, which is needed to open the Dark Coffer in the Black Vault. He's one of the 6 party members when you look into the portrait. His abilities are Lightning Bolt, blast an enemy with lightning, inflicting 143 to 193 nature damage, and Shock. Instantly throws a bolt of lightning at an enemy, inflicting 218 to 234 nature damage. He doesn't drop really anything noteworthy besides the Dark Coffer key, and maybe a Relic Coffer key. And that's pretty much it for him.
Alright. Hurley Black Breath. He's hiding in the Grim Guzzler bar inside of Blackrock Depths. Both Ragnar Thunderbrew and Shadow Mage Vivian Lagrave would like the ale recipe that Hurley stole. Now, in order to get his attention so that you get the recipe, you have to destroy the things most precious to him. Well, maybe to us. I know you.
Yes.
The large kegs of brew. When you first enter the bar through the steps, take a left and you'll find an empty room with some kegs you can destroy. You'll destroy 3 of these, and Black Breath will come running in with some cronies who are also in a very bad mood now. Now, then after you do that, they come running. His abilities are Flame Breath, inflicts 10 fire damage to enemies in the cone in front of the caster. Now, if you've seen somebody do a party trick where they have the Flame Breath,
yeah.
I guess it's something like that. And then Drunken Rage, you've probably seen that. Increases the caster's attack speed by 50%. Increases the physical damage it deals by 50 for 15 seconds. Well, that is a Drunken Rage.
Yeah.
Now the strategy, Black Breath, and the Curlies are elites. The strategy is simple. Have your tank bash the kegs and everyone stand back in the northwest corner of the room. Your tank can then charge attack Black Breath to draw aggro. Stomp or whatever is a good idea just to get everyone hitting the tank. The fight is fairly straightforward. Use any crowd control techniques you have. Sheep someone, for example. Black Breath has a lot of hit points, so when you choose to or not, you'll probably take out the cronies first, and in this manner reduce the damage your tank is taking. And there's a couple of quests, we're not going to get into that. Everything's level 52 to wear. First piece is a leather feet piece called Coal Miner Boots. 112 armor with 10 strength, 17 agility, and 8 stamina. Leather feet called Fire Moss Boots. 112 armor with 18 intellect, 8 stamina. If you equip it, it increases spell power by 11. Mace, main-handed weapon called Hurley's Tankard.
It's a cut.
Yep. It's a 37.58 damage per second. It's got 5 agility and 12 stamina. Rage Fury Eye Patch. It's a leather headpiece. 132 armor with 6 strength, 9 stamina. If you equip it, increases your critical strike rating by 28. And then he's got a quest item, Lost Thunder Brew Recipe.
Then you have the Phalanx. He is a level 55 elite golem guarding the Grim Guzzler in Blackrock Depths. During peaceful bar times, Phalanx is friendly. If Private Rocknot drinks too many dark iron ale mugs and decides to make a ruckus, Phalanx will quickly turn into a hostile enemy. His abilities will become Mighty Blow and inflicts normal damage plus 75 to 125 to an enemy, knocking it back. Thunderclap inflicts 71 to 79 nature damage to nearby enemies, increasing the time between their attacks by 33% and slowing their movement by 40% for 10 seconds. Fireball Volley inflicts 128 to 172 fire damage to nearby enemies. His loot is Blood Fist, which is a one-handed fist weapon. 36.6 damage per second. Chance on hit wounds target for 20 damage. 51 to use all of these items. Fist of the Phalanx. It's a plate hands piece, 367 armor, plus 20 strength and plus 9 stamina. And then you have Golem Fitted Pauldrons, which are male shoulder item, 250 armor, 13 agility, and 17 stamina.
And then Plugger Spazring. He's level 55, barkeep in the Grim Guzzler Tavern in Blackrock Depths. He supplies the Dark Iron Dwarf patrons with mugs of ale and holds the key to the bar door. While killing him may give access to the key, a rogue can simply pickpocket the key and sneak off. His abilities: Shadow Bolt hurls a bolt of dark magic at an enemy, inflicting 128 to 172 shadow damage. Immolate burns an enemy for 96 fire damage, then inflicts 28 additional fire damage every 3 seconds for 21 seconds. Curse of Tongues forces an enemy to speak in demonic, reducing its casting speed by 50% for 15 seconds. Banish banishes an enemy, preventing all action but making it invulnerable for up to 15 seconds. Only one target can be banished at a time. Demon Armor protects the caster, increasing armor by 210, shadow resistance by 3, and health regeneration for 30 minutes. And I guess he sells stuff?
Yeah, before he becomes, before you kill him, he is a vendor.
Oh, I didn't know that. But he sells a recipe that looks like alchemy and leatherworking, yeah.
Yeah.
But then he just sells water and food and alcohol. His loot, or I'll talk about his loot here in a minute. Let's talk about the pickpocket. Plugger will notice his pockets have been picked moments after the deed is done, causing him and all the doors around him to become hostile. Therefore, it is important to get away from him as quickly as you can after stealing a key, or prepare to fight them all. So, if you're a rogue and you pickpocket him, get out of town. And if you don't have a rogue or you decide to fight him anyways, this fight is very easy as a duo at 60, but also possible to solo at 60. Doing this as a rogue druid duo is best. As a duo, there's no need to use any consumables, and you can also do Lord Insidious. Simply have the druid tank while the rogue takes out the non-elite ads. When the ads are down, Plugger goes down very quickly. Before leaving the tavern, Take the dark iron elbugs and grim guzzler boar from the table. His loot, the barman shaker. It is a level 50 main head dagger. It's got 36.5 damage per second. Chance on hit wounds the target, causing him to bleed for 100 damage over 30 seconds. Mixologist Tunic is a leather chest piece, level 50 to wear. 158 armor, 18 strength, 18 stamina, 11 agility. That is a pretty good piece right there. And then he drops a schematic, Goblin Jumper Cables XL for engineers. So they can use these to revive, hopefully.
Yeah, if it works.
Yeah, if it works. Alright.
Alright. Then we've got Ripley Screw Spigot. He hides from bounty hunters in the Grim Guzzler Bar in Blackrock Depths. My brother Ripley has always been a drain to his family, taking our money and wasting it on one scheme after another. Well, his last scheme must have been his worst because Baron Rebelgaz of Bloody Bay just put a price on poor Ripley's head. I can't tell you how happy this makes the screw spigot. Our little Ripley's finally worth something. But now he's hiding out deep in the Blackrock Depths. Please find him and bring him to me. Or if he won't come, then that's okay. Just bring me his head. And that's for a quest. I just read that because that's what Yuka Screw Spigot says. His abilities are Hamstring, which inflicts 20% weapon damage to an enemy, reducing its movement speed for 10 seconds, and Gouge. It inflicts 20 damage to an enemy and incapacitates it for up to 4 seconds. Target must be facing you, and any damage received by the stunned target will revive it. And he drops some plans, dark iron plate plans, I think blacksmithing, and then he also has Ripley's Bandolier, which is it's a 16 slot bag. Ripley's Quiver, which that's a quiver, you know what that is. And then Wayfarer's Knapsack is a 16 slot. Now the Wayfarer's Knapsack would be the one that you would want unless you're a hunter or something, and then you would want those other ones.
Yep. And the dark iron plate is blacksmithing, of course.
Yeah, and then Ripley's Head, which is a quest item.
Yep. And then I will do Ambassador Flame Lash. Oh, he's a mini-boss found in the Chamber of Enchantment. He is a servant of Sulfuron Harbinger. He is the first of the Flamewalkers that adventurers are likely to encounter. Flamewalkers are sometimes summoned in Silices, but generally are confined to Molten Core. The encounter is quite easy for a balanced group. However, if care is not taken to somehow destroy the burning spirits that he summons, they will heal him. Now, he becomes the Fire Lord Elementals attacking Orgrimmar and Ironforge and known as Grand Ambassador Flame Lash. He is always at the same place in the Blackrock Depths. The Horde Alliance players can fight him after this secure of capital during 30 minutes. Alright, now, his attacks and abilities, Fire Blast. Which, we all know what Fire Blast is. A little mage thing that blasts the enemy for a total amount of fire damage. And then summon Burning Spirits, which are fire elementals that are capable of healing him, and he's immune to stun. Burning Spirits can cast Self-Destruct, which gives Ambassador Flamelash Burning Spirit, which increases its attack power plus adds a fire damage attack on the next melee effect stacks. Now, with the proper combination of classes, Flamelash is no trouble at all. For a smooth defeat, be sure to have a tank and a caster with AoE. Have your tank keep Flamelash busy, and promptly he will summon fire emblems 4 at a time. Make sure to keep your caster alive, of course, but have AoE class clean up the summons, and Flamelash will down in no time. Another way you can defeat him is ignore all the Burning Spirit elementals and focus fire on Master Flamelash. As with every wave of elementals sacrifice, he will grow a little stronger and be able to use a small fire attack. Now, all of his stuff is different levels, so I'm going to start off with the Purple Circle of Flame. Now, I said purple, and I don't mean it's Purple Circle of Flame, it's a purple item called Circle of Flame, cloth headpiece. It's got 85 armor, it's got plus 20 to stamina. If you use it, it channels 75 health and 2 mana every 1 second for 10 seconds. If you equip it, increases spell power by 18. It's level 54 to wear.
It's the first epic item that you see
in
these low levels.
Alright, Burst of Knowledge is a trinket. If you equip it, increases spell power by 12. You can use it to reduce mana cost of all spells by 100 for 10 seconds. Level 53 to equip. A back piece called Cape of the Fire Salamander. It's got 41 armor, 6 spirit, 12 fire resistance, and 9 stamina. Level 53 to use. Flame Wrath, which is a polearm. 48.18 damage per second. It's got a chancel hit. It envelops the caster with a fire shield for 15 seconds and shoots a ring of fire, dealing 130 to 170 damage to all nearby enemies. And then Mel Hands piece. Oh, that last one, the Flame Wrath, was level 51 to equip it. And then a Mel Hands piece called Molten Fist. 215 armor. It's got 10 agility, 10 fire resistance, 10 elect. 11 intellect, 11 stamina, level 53 to use.
Alright, and then you go to Panzer the Invincible. Now this is a rare mob, so he may not be up, but if he is up, he is found in the Mold Foundry in Blackrock Depths. Let's see here. He has... It doesn't really say much about him as far as a strategy or anything like that. Some players have suggested that Panzer may only appear before the 7, the Dark Iron Dwarf Elder event occurs. So, he does have some loot, but he drops a shield, which is a Rock Golem Bulwark. It is 1,994 armor with 36 block, 10 stamina, 10 nature resistance, and 10 arcane resistance. He drops Shale Husk Boots, which are plate feet, 417 armor with 5 stamina. Equip increases your dodge rating by 24. Suit encrusted footwear, which are cloth feet, 55 armor, 14 spirit, 9 intellect, 8 stamina, and equipping it increases spell power by 11. And then he has the Stone of the Earth, which is a two-handed sword, 48.1 damage per second, 280 armor, and 12 stamina. That was 51 to use. I believe all of these pieces are... The Shell Husk boots are 53 to use.
The first two are 53, the last two are 51.
Yeah. And I think that ends our...
Yep, that's it for this week. Next week we'll have the last 10 for Blackrock Depths, and we can finally move on to something else.
Yay!
But, alright, and that's the end of this one, and see you next week. Have fun playing a game.
As always.
This show is brought to you by Heartland Production Entertainment. If you'd like to help to make the show better, go to patreon.com/heartlandpae.